Gerry Adams has welcomed the end of a damages claim against him by 3 victims of IRA bombings, saying the case should never have been brought. John Clark, Jonathan Ganesh and Barry Laycock were injured in attacks in England in the 1970s and 1990s. They had alleged that Mr. Adams was a leading member of the Provisional IRA at the time. Today, they dropped their claim.
Gerry Adams left the Royal Court of Justice in London yesterday, expecting his trial to conclude in his absence today, with judgment reserved for several weeks. But at 10:30 this morning, a barrister for the 3 claimants told the judge there had been developments overnight and requested an adjournment. When it resumed at noon, Anne Studd KC announced that the case was being discontinued. It's believed the decision was motivated by a fear that the judge would rule in favour of lawyers for Gerry Adams, who argued that the case was an abuse of process.
Their argument was effectively that the claim for damages was just a smokescreen, and that the real reason for taking this legal action was to get a court to rule on whether Gerry Adams had been a member of the IRA. They said that was an abuse of the legal process.
Lawyers for the claimants are said to have feared that a ruling that the case was an abusive process could endanger an earlier ruling that the 3 men would not have to pay Gerry Adams' legal costs, which are believed to be worth £200,000. Back in Belfast, the former Sinn Féin leader, who insisted throughout the trial that he'd never been a member of the IRA, welcomed the decision and questioned the motivation for the case.
At times it verges upon a show trial. Anonymous secret agents of the British state hiding behind a screen. I said at the beginning of the trial, I clearly was an unorthodox and strategically important political case taken for that purpose. I don't fault the claimants for that. I think they were badly advised. I think they were badly advised from the very beginning.
During the trial, lawyers for Gerry Adams said the case against him was based purely on an assortment of hearsay evidence. In a statement, solicitors for the claimants said they considered it a significant and legitimate attempt towards establishing the truth about responsibility for events during the Troubles.
And our Northern editor, Vincent Kearney, joins us now from Belfast. And Vincent, there were 8 days of evidence. In the end, many were caught by surprise with how this trial actually ended.
Indeed they were, Tommy, and it was a surprise. I mean, Gerry Adams himself had been in court for all 8 days of that evidence. He himself spent almost 10 hours in the witness box on 2 of those days. He left London last night. He flew back to Belfast. He and his legal team expected today, the barrister for the claimants, to finish her closing submissions and for the judge to then say he would return with his ruling in several weeks' time. As we know now, that won't happen. And there was a noticeable change of mood yesterday afternoon in the courtroom, it has to be said, indications that perhaps the claimant's case could be in jeopardy. Lawyers for Gerry Adams have said the case should fail for 3 reasons. Firstly, they said there's no credible evidence, no first-hand evidence that Gerry Adams had ever been a member of the IRA. They said the case was built on an assortment of hearsay. Secondly, they said the case should fail because of the length of time taken to bring this claim. Legislation in England says that damages claims should be brought within 3 years of injuries being sustained. In these cases, the injuries were in 1973 and 1996. Although it has to be said, judges have discretion in those cases, and the judge did appear to be sympathetic to the claimant's arguments on that issue. But the mood changed, Tommy, when it came to abuse of process. That claim that damages wasn't really the reason why this case was taken. It was all about what Gerry Adams lawyers called a campaign to try to compel the court to conduct a public inquiry style examination of allegations that Gerry Adams had been a member of the IRA. The judge yesterday pushed back very hard against the claimant's barrister, giving him a pretty rough time in court, time and time again. My understanding is that after those engagements in court yesterday, contact was made between the legal teams. Those representing the claimants decided their best option at this stage, the best course of action, was to walk away and drop the case. Part of that was the fear that an earlier ruling and costs could be overturned and that these 3 men could end up having to foot Gerry Adams' legal bill of over £200,000. This outcome means that each side will pay their own costs.
Vincent Kearney in Belfast. Thanks indeed.